Hello, everyone. We had a massive day then yesterday in cryptocurrency. I have a chart here of XRP. The reason I'm interested in XRP is that when Bitcoin gets these huge run-ups, XRP sort of it floats along, and then suddenly there's a huge surge. I mean, last time we went up until 19th of November, about up until the 20th of November, where XRP hadn't really done much, even in correlating Bitcoin and what Bitcoin had done from the 1st of October to the 20th of November. And XRP then a massive jump to another level. And then we had a lot of profit taking. We went all the way back down to the 200 daily moving average and hit it perfectly and bounced strongly from that level. Okay, I think that's significant. The bounce off the 200 moving average there. And it's a perfect contact. It's dead on it as well. Dead on it. As soon as it got to that level, buyers were back in the market. And we had that candle on the 16th yesterday's candle. As soon as we hit that average there, and this is Bitcoin XRP chart. So I think XRP is something very interesting at the moment. It was one of those that you left alone, leave it alone for a number of years, actually, ever since 2018, the bear market, when everything was overvalued and XRP was overvalued at 375 at one stage on the 4th of January 2018. It was leave it alone for a while. It's so volatile anyway. Now, if you were accumulating when it was 19 and 30, you were doing well, obviously, because it's going to go to this new level. But it wasn't one to trade. I don't think it was one to trade back then, because you could buy it at 20 and think you're getting a bargain, and it might go up to 24 or something. But in general, if I show you this, I'm talking to you about this, let me show you this on a chart. I think a 3-day chart would illustrate this quite well. Against Bitcoin, it continued to fall year after year until the November, really. Look, it's been going down. This is a 3-day chart. So since December 2018, the value of XRP has been diminishing against Bitcoin ever since. You know, sometimes we're talking about huge. From the 24th of December 2018, so Christmas 2018, when Bitcoin was around 3K and a lot of stock markets and stuff bottomed out then, until May, it lost incredible amount of value towards compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin began to rally in April there, and XRP continued to lose value to Bitcoin. We had a brief we had a 1-day candle on the 10th of May, and then a bit of consolidation. Then downward momentum again into July. A lot of sideways and across. It's in general, it's just been down, and that has been the theme, not just since. It's been down ever since this high in 2018. We had a brief spell in September 2018. I remember when Ripple did extraordinary pick up a bid overnight and went up. So it drifted around that level. It took when it went up in September 18, I do remember it was a huge out of the blue rally for XRP alone. It took until May for it to go back to the level, but since then it's been going steadily down. But I think this is the shoots of recovery for XRP and Bitcoin, and I think it's really one keeping an eye on. I think that maybe this correction will come, but I think once XRP gets going on one of these run-ups, it gets momentum. And really, although we've had a few weeks since it stopped, when this rally stopped around the 24th of November, I think it could be loading up for another big mega rush and big run on XRP. I'm looking at XRP with a mind to buy it right now. It's hit that 200-day. Let's have a look at it on a shorter time frame. So an hourly chart. Let's get rid of all those old fibs. Yeah, hourly chart's a good one for trading, or even the 15-minute. But we'll look at the hourly, see where we are. So we had a bit of a run up yesterday, but this is lowest of the lows. This is very low here. I suppose not low compared to what we were in October, but we are low there. That was the low, 1 o'clock, and we had a candle there. So we're having a bit of a run up. We're bouncing off the important average there, the 20-hour moving average. That's always the key candle. Now, if it stays above that, we could have another bullish candle, because these sorts of patterns are typical of XRP in longer term charts, and where you'll have a marubozu candle, and then it'll correct all the length of the marubozu candle all the way back down, and then it'll bounce back up. And the marubozu candle will be a little bit bigger than the corrective, so it sort of climbs up in a ladder. So it's still way below the 200 moving average on the hourly chart. I'm not sure if it's worth drawing a fib. Let's just draw a quick fib there to see. Or are we going from that low there? Because that's a different cycle. Let's go from that low there, first of all. Let's see where we are. Yeah, it's bounced off the 50. It's bounced off the fib 50 in that short-term little pattern there. And what if it was this candle here, this low? Well, that's not got to the 50 yet. I think it's that, because that's a newer cycle. I think it's that fib on a short-term chart. You look at it, it's gone to the fib 50, had trouble breaking through the fib 50. And fib 50s are relevant for XRP. As I say, with these marubozu candles, sometimes it will correct halfway down, so it'll go to 50%. And the marubozu candle. Another one is obviously its partner in crime that always behaves similar to XRP, because it does similar things, is another one that I lost patience with. I didn't own a lot of it. I traded what I had in XRP and XLM into other things that I made profit with, while for years there, XRP and XLM just continued to lose value. So yeah, I did. That was a bad trade, and I've learned from that. I bought at the wrong time. I think I bought XLM when it was about what it is now, and it's been down lows as 4. We're not talking big money here, folks, but I did trade it in to get hold of something that was going to make profit at the time. You know, I could have just hodled and hodled and hodled XRP and XLM, and, you know, bearing the fruits of that now, I would have been back in the game now and back in profit. Well, I would have been breaking even in XLM and XRP profits on some of it. But we're not talking big. I've learned from that big mistake from that. So you'll always learn from errors that you've made. This is an hourly chart. So XLM has picked up a significant bid in the last day against US dollar. So we didn't look at Bitcoin US dollar, XRP US dollar, did we? We've gone straight onto XLM US dollar, which has picked up a remarkable bid yesterday, XLM. I think most cryptos did though, didn't they? Let's get this on a 4-hour chart. I just want to get... this is interesting. Where are we from the highs that we had in November, that big run up? That would be the interesting fib. So from that high there, try and get it spot on. From that high there, draw it there, measure it there, to that low, we're in between the fib 50 and the 618. That's interesting, because look, went up to the fib 382, couldn't get through. Went up to the fib 382, couldn't get through. This is like, it spent a day there, because these are 4-hour candles. So there's about 6 touches there where it couldn't get through. Went down to the 236, perfect bounce, up, blasted through the 382, got all the way to the 618, and is now hovering at the fib 50. So it's another one, an incredible And this was another one that was losing value. Let's have a look at it in the long term, how it was losing value to the dollar. So XRP, we looked at how it was losing value to the Bitcoin. Let's have a look at, there's not enough data on this Coinbase. Let's change from Coinbase, because Coinbase has not even long listed these cryptocurrencies. Bitfinex will have a lot more data. It's not an exchange that I use much. So these are the highs in, we've only got April 18 data. So we haven't got the all-time highs. I'd rather get an exchange that has the historical stuff from 2017. Bittrex, I think. No, Bittrex not. Bittrex not at all. It is interesting to see. I should have had this prepared earlier though. Bittrex, no. So what platform? Binance. Yes, Binance has got a bit more history. So yeah, so we're going back to the 2017 there. The big run up in 2017 and the big all-time high in XLM US dollar. But look, the general theme of things, look, when I bought it here, I was in healthy profit. So I bought around this level here. I was in healthy profit, but I never took profit here. I thought it was going to go on. And before I knew it, I was down here. And then I was just hodling for years. You know, it would have been worse if I'd have bought here when it went up to 40. But there was where I should have taken profits. That big run up in the beginning of Q2 in 2018. Everyone thought it's back to bull market. It was very soon after the big bull. But it was just a bull trap, a really vicious bull trap in especially altcoins. Bitcoin went from 6 to 10,000, but altcoins went absolutely ballistic. And XLM was one of them because look, it went from lows here of 14 to 46 in a matter of 1, 2, 3 weeks. And so I got in here, I got in around here, around there. So similar levels to what it is now, about there, beginning. So I made a good trade at the beginning of this when Bitcoin picked up a bit on the 7th of April. I thought, all right, I'll buy some of that. So it went all the way up to there, and then I should have sold, but then I watched it come back down. I was a newbie. And then I just hodled the life out of it until a high. So it wasn't really a high, somewhere here in July 20, went up to 10. Or I think it might have been 11 or something. And I thought, get out now. And it wasn't a great deal because I've made profit on what I traded it in for. So what I traded it in for, I'm in profit. So there's lessons to be learned out there. But yeah, the same sort of thing in XLM Bitcoin, really. Losing value to Bitcoin over the years significantly. Binance is just the best, isn't it? On a weekly chart. Yeah, look, even more so to Bitcoin, it's lost in value from these highs up here. It's and this is the 18 high. Yeah, so here it had a really bad year in 2019. I mean, awful year from here where it was 4,712 sats. It went to lows in August 2019 of 555 sats. So it's really lost value to Bitcoin significantly. And now shoots of recovery. We're still not out of the woods, but surely there's room for this I used to look at it, no, it's a degenerate, it's gone forever. But look, with highs of these sats, surely this cryptocurrency, this has room to come back up to these levels here. Or is it going to keep losing to Bitcoin? I don't think it will. I think that I was wrong to write it off when I did last year after this awful. I wrote it off completely. I don't think so. I think that this has got room to go up from here. Both XLM and XRP have lost significant value over the years. They've been written off out. I think when the herd says something and goes against something so strongly, usually what the herd are saying, the opposite will happen. So the opposite happens to what the herd. Now the herd have written this off, look, because the selling pressure has been incredible, the value it's lost compared to highs of where XLM was 6,789 sats. It's lost 90% or more value to Bitcoin. I'll just have a look at that quickly. How much value that is lost to Bitcoin. So what did we say on the highs? I can't get the high now. Highs of 6,789 sats. And what did we have lows of? We had lows of like 55, didn't we? No, 555. Are they the lows? Are they the ultimate low? No, it went lower. It went lower than that. Look, the lows was this November. This November, it just bottomed, completely bottomed. Lowest of the low at 490 sats it went to. So if we look at that, it's an incredible amount that it's lost in value. So that's my poor mathematics. So that's an interesting figure. But it's just interesting to get, because a lot of these cryptos, they lost 90% of their value to US dollar. So a complete write-off. So that's lost 6,299 sats. That's lost 93%. It's lost 93%, 92.78% of its value. And surely now that's a bottom. How is it going to gain back that loss? So has it got that amount of room, 92% to run into? You know, that's a huge potential if it's ever going to get back to, is it going to go to its all-time high again? If it does, what an opportunity. Incredible, what an opportunity. So let's have a look at XRP, because we looked at XRP Bitcoin, didn't we? So let's switch it up and look at XRP US dollar for a bit. We've had a look at, let's stick with Binance. Binance appears to be good. So we've had that huge spike. But what happens in XRP, I'd rather go Bitstamp because we get more data. Because I'd like to show you what used to happen right back when XRP in 2017, it would get this huge run up. Look, so maybe look, this might be similar. So the chart, because look at the value, it was tiny back then. There's still more data on I expect it might be on a Bitfinex chart, or I'll check. But look, this had a huge run here. Look, I don't even think we're anywhere near being able to show you the value when it was here in February 17, because that looks like it's all squashed in. Doesn't look. So that's the log chart. Look, yeah, look, that's a better way to look. Yeah, so what happens is with XRP, huge run, big correction, huge run. Now, what are we doing at the moment? What is XRP currently doing? It's had a huge run. It might be in this correction, which is nearly a 50% correction. And then now, is it going to go boom again? That's the big question I want to ask about this, because Bitcoin's been loaded up with a lot of, I'm buying XRP. I'm a buyer of XRP and XLM. I think there's potential there in those two, and I hold my hands up. I was completely wrong.